Breathe in, grip the wheel, look down. That's not a shadow, that's a cliff. Every year, truckers face roads so wild, so cruel, they make roller coasters look like kiddie rides. Imagine balancing 40 tons of steel on a lane thinner than your driveway with fog, rain, and a 1,000-foot drop for company. Welcome to Monster Truck Miles, your ride through the world's deadliest truck routes. This is not for the faint of heart, it's for the curious, the brave, and maybe the slightly insane. If you think you've driven tough roads, wait until you see what's ahead. So let's start. Death Road, Bolivia. They call it the North Youngest Road. Tourists call it Death Road. Truckers, they call it, why did I take this job? The numbers don't play nice. In the 1990s, up to 300 vehicles plunged from its cliffs every single year. About 96 people died annually. Imagine a road that clings to the side of the Andes like duct tape on a skyscraper. 3 meters wide, no guardrails, trucks meeting head on with no room to pass. Rain soaks the dirt and turns it into mud. Fog drapes the cliffs until you can't see 10 feet in front of you, one slip of the tire, and gravity cashes in. And here's the funny part, you don't need caffeine here. Forget espresso, forget energy drinks. On Death Road, the adrenaline alone will keep you awake for 3 days straight. So what's the lesson? Simple, slow down, honk before every blind curve. And if your steering wheel starts shaking, pray it's just the potholes, and not the edge of eternity. Scotland's A9. The A9 highway looks pretty. Rolling hills, scenic views. Sheep maybe, but looks lie. This stretch between Perth and Inverness is known as the Killer A9. Why? Because it can't decide if it's single or dual carriageway. Drivers get impatient. They overtake, headlights blind them, then bam, head-on collisions. In 2023, single carriageway sections killed twice as many people as dual ones. Add deer running across the road like suicidal athletes, and you have chaos. The funniest thing, politicians promised to upgrade the road by 2025. Now it's delayed until 2035. That's 10 more years of don't blink or you're dead. Lesson, pretty doesn't mean safe. The highlands may be beautiful, but the A9 eats drivers alive. Alaska's Dalton Highway. Welcome to Alaska's Dalton Highway, star of ice road truckers. It's 414 miles of frozen gravel stretching into pure nothing. There are no Starbucks here, no McDonald's, just endless snow, the Trans-Alaska Pipeline, and a few gas stations that smell like diesel and despair. Truckers face sharp turns with names like Oh Shit Corner. That's not a nickname, that's a warning. Permafrost melts under the road, flooding it, storms blow in, and if your truck breaks down, congratulations, you now own a new igloo. The humor writes itself. Imagine telling your family, don't worry, I'll just grab a coffee. Except the nearest latte is 500 miles away. The Dalton is a test of patience and survival. You don't just drive it, you fight it. Brazil's BR-116. Brazil has samba, soccer, and beaches. It also has BR-116, better known as the Highway of Death. It's long, it's busy, and it's brutal. Trucks speed, roads crumble, enforcement struggles. On December 21st, 2024, a crash involving a bus, car, and a double trailer truck killed 39 people. It was Brazil's deadliest federal highway accident since 2007. Here, truckers don't just worry about potholes, they worry about other drivers trying death-defying stunts. Humor? Think of BR-116 as Mario Kart, but without the banana peels. Just chaos, diesel, and way too many horns. Lesson, don't trust shortcuts. On BR-116, the fastest way may be the last way. Atlanta, Georgia. Now let's talk cities. Welcome to Atlanta, Georgia. Traffic capital, stress capital, truck accident capital. Interstates like I-285 and the I-75/I-85 connector are nightmares. Lanes weave like spaghetti. Cars dart like mosquitoes. Trucks crawl, overheat, and sometimes collide like dominoes. In 2023, hundreds of truck accidents in Atlanta led to injuries, delays, and nightmares. Drivers cite fatigue, bad vehicle maintenance, and aggressive locals who think a Ford Fiesta can bully a semi. The funniest thing? GPS will still say fastest route is I-285. That's not fast, that's a death wish. Tip, plan routes, avoid rush hour, and if you must drive there, bring patience. And snacks, lots of snacks. Delhi-Gurgaon Expressway, India. Picture this, a bright new expressway connecting Delhi and Gurgaon. Wide lanes, fast traffic. Sounds good, right? Wrong. In 2023, 45 people died in rear-end crashes here. In 2024, that number doubled to 99. Accidents jumped 70%. Trucks speed near junctions. Pedestrians jaywalk. It's chaos with extra horns. Humor here. On this road, tailgating isn't bad manners. It's practically a sport. The lesson? If the road looks clear, don't speed. It's a trap. Trucks appear out of nowhere, and pedestrians sometimes prefer asphalt to sidewalks. Nagpur's pothole roads. Let's head to Nagpur, India. Roads like Lawadaba and Hazaripahad look like construction zones that gave up. Potholes the size of bathtubs. Stagnant water hiding pits. Trucks wobble like drunks. During monsoon season, drivers can't tell road from puddle. One wrong guess, and a wheel vanishes into a hole. It would be funny if it weren't so dangerous. Locals joke they need off-road vehicles just to go buy milk. Lesson: never trust water on Indian roads. Sometimes it's just rain. Sometimes it's an invitation to a mechanic's bill. The cold numbers. Let's pause for facts. In 2023, truck crashes killed 730 people in Texas, 392 in California, and 341 in Florida. Wyoming had the highest percentage of fatal crashes involving trucks, 22%. These aren't small numbers. Trucks keep economies alive, but mistakes with 40 tons of steel have brutal consequences. Humor? Well, Wyoming may have fewer people than cows, but its roads still manage to pack a punch. Lesson: statistics aren't boring, they're warning signs. Numbers like these tell truckers, stay sharp, stay rested, and stay alive. Delhi's truck violations. Rules? What rules? Back to India. In July 2025, police issued 26,025 chalans to heavy trucks in Delhi. That's a 46% increase over 2024. The violations: parking like it's a picnic, skipping seatbelts, and ignoring nighttime restrictions. Result: 85 people dead, 187 injured, all because rules became optional. Funny thing, some drivers argue with police, but officer, I was only blocking 3 lanes. Lesson: roads don't forgive. Rules exist for survival, not paperwork. Break them, and the stats will remind you why. Texas bridges versus big rigs. Everything is bigger in Texas, including its problems. Nearly half of Texas bridges are in port-of-fair condition. Engineers warn heavier trucks could damage over 2,100 bridges, costing more than $1 billion in repairs. Meanwhile, Texas saw 19,780 truck crashes in 2022, with over 800 deaths. That's a 41% increase since 2012. Here's the kicker: politicians argue about bigger trucks, while bridges quietly crack beneath the weight. Subscribe to Monster Truck Miles. Share your craziest road experience in the comments. And remember, on some roads, bravery is good, but caution is better.